There's a clock running right now that most UK pensioners have no idea is even ticking. And when it runs out, it quietly takes money off the table. Money that was theirs the whole time. Not because they didn't qualify, because they waited too long. Here's the number that should make you sit up. Around 800,000 pensioners in this country are right now missing out on an average of £4,300 a year each. Not a one-off, every year. And most of them have no idea. Now, why am I telling you this in July? And why do I keep saying before winter? Because the one step I'm about to show you isn't just a payment. It's the single key that unlocks help with your heating, your council tax, and your winter fuel payment all at once. But it only reaches 3 months back. So every week it sits undone, a week of it is gone for good, and it's gone right as the cold weeks and the big bills arrive. Do it in good time, and you walk into winter protected. Leave it, and you spend the coldest months paying for things you were never meant to pay for. So here's the plan for the next few minutes. I'll show you the one thing to do. The 2 reasons most people wrongly cross themselves off the list. And I mean people who absolutely qualify. Everything it quietly unlocks behind it, and the scam that's already circling it, waiting for people who just heard the news. The piece most people get wrong is near the end, and it's the piece that actually puts the money in your hand. So don't drift off before it. Quick word on who I am. I'm Edward, and my whole job is reading the UK's pension and benefit rules so you don't have to, and putting them in plain English, checked against gov.uk. And the same thing breaks my heart every week. Careful, decent people going without, purely because nobody ever explained this to them. One favor before we dig in. If you're not subscribed, do it now and switch on the bell. Not as a formality, but because these rules move every few months, and nobody writes to tell you what changed. This channel does. Right, let's get into it. So let me tell you plainly what this one thing is. It's checking whether you qualify for pension credit. And I already know what some of you are thinking, because I hear it every single week. Pension credit? That's not for me. I've got a bit saved. Or, I own my home. Or, I got turned down years ago. Please, stay with me for 2 minutes, because those exact assumptions are the reason most of that £4,300 a year goes unclaimed. Let me be precise about what pension credit actually is, because the name confuses people. It is not a loan. It is not something you pay back. It's a top-up, extra money, tax-free, paid to you every week for people over state pension age on a lower income. For 2026, it lifts a single person's weekly income up to £238 and a couple's up to £363. If you're below that line, pension credit fills the gap. But here's the thing that makes it matter far more than the payment alone, and this is the part I really want you to sit with. Pension credit isn't just money, it's a gateway. The moment you qualify for even a single pound of it, a whole row of other doors opens behind it. And before winter, those doors are worth more than ever. Let me show you exactly what that £1 unlocks. And I'm going to give you these in order, saving the biggest for the end. First, the warm home discount, £150 straight off your electricity bill. With energy costs up this July, that £150 matters more this winter than it has in years. Second, cold weather payments. Extra money that lands automatically during genuinely cold spells, but only if you're on the right benefit. Pension credit puts you on it. Third, your council tax. A pension credit award can reduce it, and in some cases wipe it out entirely. That alone can be worth well over £1,000 a year. And here's the biggest one, the reason the timing is so important. Pension credit protects your winter fuel payment. Under this year's rules, income can affect that payment, but anyone on pension credit is shielded completely, whatever their income. So this one step doesn't just add money, it guards a payment you might otherwise lose. And at 75, it makes your TV license free on top. Add it all up, and these extras can be worth another £2,000 to £3,000 a year, on top of the pension credit itself. That's why before winter isn't a slogan. It's the difference between going into the cold months protected or spending them paying for things you were entitled to get help with. Now, the 2 myths that wrongly stop people. And if this is already useful, tap subscribe, because what I'm about to clear up is exactly what talks most people out of the money. Here's the part that catches people. The first myth. I've got savings, so I won't qualify. Almost every time someone says this, they're wrong. The first £10,000 of your savings is ignored completely. It doesn't count at all. And above that, for every £500, only £1 a week is counted as income. So £20,000 in the bank counts as just £20 a week, and there is no upper savings limit that automatically rules you out. People with ISAs, people with a few thousand tucked away just in case, many still qualify and never find out because they assume the door was shut. The second myth, I own my home, so I'm not entitled. The home you live in is ignored entirely. Its value doesn't count, whether it's worth $100,000 or $500,000. There are people sitting in homes they own outright, rationing the heating, convinced they're too well off to ask, when the one big thing they own is the very thing that doesn't count against them. So if you were ever turned down, understand this. The rules are not frozen in time. They shift, they widen. A household that didn't qualify 3 years ago can qualify today, with nothing in their own life having changed, which is exactly why this is the year and this is the season to check again. Let me show you how this plays out with a real-world example. Let's call her Joan. Joan is 74, widowed, living alone in the home she and her husband paid off years ago. She gets her state pension and a small works pension, enough that she's always assumed she earns too much for any help. She's got about 8,000 pounds in savings for emergencies, and every winter she keeps the heating lower than she should because every pound counts. Joan is exactly the person this is for. Her savings are under the 10,000 mark, so they count for nothing. Her home doesn't count, and her modest income sits right in the range where a small pension credit award kicks in, which would then unlock the warm home discount, a council tax reduction, and protect her winter fuel payment. Joan isn't gaming anything. She's simply never been told to check, and every winter she doesn't, she pays for it, literally. If any part of Joan sounds like you or like someone you love, the next part is what to actually do. Let me give you this as a clear, simple set of steps. 1. Check your eligibility. Don't guess and don't talk yourself out of it. There's a free pension credit calculator on gov.uk that gives you an answer in minutes. If you're anywhere within about 30 pounds a week of those figures, check. 2. Apply. You can do it online at gov.uk or, and this is what I'd suggest if you're not comfortable online, ring the pension credit claim line on 0800 99 1234 and a real person walks you through it. The average claim takes about 16 minutes. 3, and this is the part that makes before winter urgent, a pension credit claim can only be backdated 3 months. That's it. So every single week you wait, you may be losing money you'll never get back. This isn't pressure, it's just the calendar. The sooner it's in place, the more of the winter it covers. 4, if you're not sure, get free help. The kind people at Age UK and Citizens Advice will sit with you and work it out for nothing. No pressure, no judgment. And because there's a lot to keep track of, I've put every figure and phone number in one free plain English guide. The link's below this video, completely free. Now, I have to warn you about something, because anytime a payment like this gets attention, a scam attaches itself within days, and this one's already happening. Here's how it works. A pensioner hears about pension credit or the winter fuel payment. Soon after, they get a call or a text from someone claiming to be from the DWP or a benefits verification service, saying that to receive or protect their payment, they need to confirm their bank details or pay a small fee to process the claim. Here's the one sentence that exposes it every time. There is no fee, and no one official will ever ring or text you out of the blue asking for your bank details to release a benefit. The real pension credit claim runs through gov.uk or the official phone line that you look up yourself, never a number or link someone sends you. If that call or message comes, end it. Then, if you want to check your own situation, go directly to gov.uk or ring 0800 99 1234, the number you found yourself. So let me bring it all together simply. The one thing to do before winter is check whether you qualify for pension credit. It's worth around 4,300 pounds a year on its own, but its real power is as a key. It unlocks the warm home discount, cold weather payments, a council tax reduction, and it protects your winter fuel payment, right when the cold and the bills arrive. Your savings under 10,000 pounds don't count. Your home doesn't count. And even if you were turned down before, the rules have widened. Check now because it only backdates 3 months and every week costs you. This is part of a bigger truth I want to leave you with. None of this comes with a friendly letter walking you through it. Nobody rings to coach you through claiming what's yours. The system simply carries on, and the people who stay protected are the ones who understood it and acted before the cold set in. You've watched this whole video. You already understand it better than most pensioners ever will. So do one thing for me. Share this with one person you care about who's over 60. A parent, a neighbor, someone who'd never think to ask. The DWP won't ring them to explain any of this. You might be the only one who does. And because I mentioned that scam, they're getting cleverer every week. I've made a video showing exactly how to spot a fake DWP or bank message in seconds, and it's on the screen now. Watch that next before anyone tries it on you. I'm Edward. Everything here is general information, checked against gov.uk to help you keep more of what you've earned. It's not personal financial advice, so always confirm your own situation with the official line. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.